I was talking to him and he asked my advice. He was like, you might know this person because they're around where we be at. And intuitively, this is like I said, it was random, but I just felt like I knew what he was about to say. And I proceeded to be like, are you talking about like a dude like this or that? And I was correct. And long story short, I was the third person, and I just gave him my honest observations at what I had experienced with said person. Nothing negative, but just my particular feelings. My best friend confirmed to me that I was the third person to give him that inclination about the person as well, except another person actually like told them why, like, or that there was a issue with said person, things of that nature.
It feel like summer in the city or the way to the coast. Yeah. Girls looking pretty, kids ain't playing how they supposed to. Things done change, that's where the big smalls. Technology on the up, morality on the fall. I remember days for the haze and Xanax hit. The world was filled with wonder and we all had wit. Many stuck in their ways, such a sad old flick. Many stuck in the days and they mind stay fixed. I reminisce on.
What's going on, world? It's your boy Gemini Brown here, back with another episode of 𝐤𝐤𝐤𝐿 Knowledge. Today, we'll be talking about something that we all do as humans that you can become conscious of to learn how to trust your intuition more. So, let's get into it. All right, y'all. Today's video is actually not even inspired by a synchronicity, but rather I just experienced synchronicity within the synchronicity. And I planned within myself to make this video based on things that came to me via meditation and all of that. Because I got to say for myself, someone who has their Mercury and Sun in Gemini, since Jupiter in particular has been in Gemini, and there's a big mutable influence being that Saturn and Neptune are also in Pisces, I found that since Jupiter's been in Gemini, there's been a clarity towards my intuitive insights and also ability to trust it more. In fact, when I'm tracking transits personally through the years, Jupiter transits have been great for that. Learning to be more in sync with your intuition because you're believing more of what you're experiencing. So I've been in astrology long enough to know that psychic ability, just our ability to understand the bigger picture of things, becomes clearer when a planet like Jupiter is in mutable signs for sure. And this is further enhanced by the other mutable energy present. What I'm going to talk about today is something that happens to all of us. And I literally just experienced it with my best friend. And feel free to comment right now. For those of you who have like psychic experiences or anything like that, who do they occur with? I know for myself, the people in which I'm closest to, even before I erected this particular persona, I've always been who I am. So my friends would kind of be like, dang, you know stuff, or how did you know that, right? So by the time I grew into my other abilities and stuff like that, it just made sense to them. Like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense for that and all of that, right? So I've always paid attention to my dreams. I've always observed things. And when you observe things, you are perceiving, let's say, what could happen, right? And that's really at the root of like psychic phenomenon, being able to forecast or see something that may occur. Now, the key thing is that we're all different. So these psychic impressions are going to occur in different ways. I'll give a base example. You might meet someone and, you shake their hand, or maybe you don't have an interaction with them. Maybe you just observe them from afar and the voice in your head says, I get an impression. this is the impression I get. It could be something positive. It could be something negative. I think we've all been there where we've just perceived a possibly negative energy or an energy like, dang, why am I perceiving this about this person? I know I have. In my own day to day, there's a particular person that I would see. I would see them in different places, not like the same town. I might see him in this town and that town, right? And for the full context, one day the person approached me and was like, hey, I got that and all of that. And I was like, okay, cool. I don't know this person from anywhere, but upon the interaction, intuition is just like, I don't get good vibes from him. I don't know him, but I don't get good vibes from him. So that was my interaction with the person. And like I said, I would continue to see them. Each time I would see them, intuition does the same thing. Don't get good vibes from them. So my friend is a homeowner. He rents out properties and things of that nature. I was talking to him and he asked my advice. He was like, you might know this person because they're around where we be at. And intuitively, this is like I said, it was random, but I just felt like I knew what he was about to say. And I proceeded to be like, are you talking about like a dude like this or that? And I was correct. And long story short, I was the third person, and I just gave him my honest observations at what I had experienced with said person. Nothing negative, but just my particular feelings. My best friend confirmed to me that I was the third person to give him that inclination about the person as well, except another person actually like told them why, like, or that there was a issue with said person, things of that nature, right? Alluding to what the intuition was picking up on. Okay, so now if you are following me here, I'm gonna give you an example to furthermore overall example so you can understand what I'm saying. Really intuitive people, I believe this because these are things as a spiritual person on my own journey I ponder on. If I were working with a murderer, serial killer, whatever, how would my energy be around that person? These are things that circulate the mind. And if the more you develop a relationship with yourself, the more you'll be able to recognize that. So you ask self a question, it'll present a scenario for you to be able to recognize it. Okay. So let's just say one comes around a person who may be a murderer or murdered people, right? Has an energy around them. This could be you don't know them from a hole in the wall. You just know, damn, I don't get a good vibe from them. This would be an example why. So I hope all of that made sense. Now, at the root of what I'm communicating to you guys is that spirit or intuition has the ability to speak to us through others. And I will continue to stress to you that from my experience of my third eye, it's just we're all looking at the same reality, but it's more unified here, or things make more sense, or even if they don't make logical sense or polarizing sense, you have an understanding. But you at the root of it, you have to trust that. And what can help trust that is when you are conscious of an impression or observation that you have, and then others can confirm that for you. You can take that as a sign that spirit is working through them. Feel free to comment. Has anyone ever experienced something like this, let's say on social media, where you just feel like you're scrolling, but life could be letting you know, or the universe could be letting you know, stop scrolling. The shit you're seeing, you may feel like, damn, the universe is talking to me, and put your phone down. These are the things in which I'm talking about. I think this could be a very powerful way to learn to trust your intuition and impressions. Okay, so I'll have to run this back, but let me know if this makes sense, and share your own experiences. All right. How does your intuition work? Is it strictly through dreams? Yeah, let me know. All right. So this is my quick analysis on that. Feel free to check out my website, GeminiBrown.com. If you need a reading, holla at me. Till next time, peace.